2022 Rod and Reel Arsenal. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I've been fishing for quite some time now, and over the past few years, I've acquired quite a few rods, as you can see right here. Today, I'm going to be going over all of my rods and telling you how much I like them and whether they might be a good fit for you as well. Let's get right into it. Alright, so this is going to be combo number one. This is probably my go-to rod for really whenever I'm fishing. If I have one rod to pack, this is going to be it, and that is a combination of my Googan Squad Gold Series go-to rod right here. It's a 7-foot medium heavy fast action, along with my 200 size Dorado K, and that's a 7.2 to 1 gear ratio from Shimano, of course. This rod, as the name suggests, is a go-to rod, and since I am primarily a bass fisherman, I can use this in really any applications, ponds, creeks, lakes, anything like that, and I can really trust in it to catch me some big fish. This reel, a 200 size Dorado K, is got to be one of the best reels I've ever used, if not the best. It is super smooth, super reliable. I've had it for over a year now. I do not have any complaints for this reel. If you're looking to buy a more higher end bait casting reel, I would highly recommend this Dorado K. Overall, such a solid combo. As you can see, I have a jerkbait tied up here, and I really use this rod for everything. Moving baits, reaction style baits like this jerkbait and crankbaits, spinner baits, all that good stuff. And also bottom baits and finesse legs like whack your worms and jigs on the bottom. Alright, this is going to be combo number two. This was the first and still the most top of the line combo that I own. And that is going to be the combination of the Shimano Dorado DC, a 150 size reel, 7.2 to 1 gear ratio, paired up with this Rig Series favorite Phantom rod, also a 7-foot, similar to this other one, medium heavy fast action. If you can kind of see from the trend of just these first two rods here that I've shown, is that all the rods I have, or pretty much all of them, are used for an overall variety of situations. I'm not going to have the ability to get a rod for cranking big swim baits, jigs, each individual application. Obviously, I'm lucky enough to have the gear that I do right now, but I can't have a single rod, a single combo for every application. So a rod like this, a 7-foot rod, a medium heavy fast action, something like this, a 150 to 200 size bait casting reel, 7.2 to 1. Those are going to be really, really good if you can only have a few combos and you really want to cover all the bases for fishing, especially bass fishing. I do have some other more specific reels for some other kinds of fish and for some different applications, as you'll see later in this video. But you cannot really go wrong with a combo like this. Alright, this is our third and final bait casting combo, and that is going to be the combination of this 7.3 heavy action with a fast tip, Lew's Mach Speed Stick. Definitely looks pretty slick with that green, and paired up with that, I have the Shimano Kaios, a definitely cheaper bait casting reel made by Shimano. I'm not sure if it's still being manufactured today, but I got this for only around 70 bucks, which is really cheap for a Shimano reel. I think this was my first better bait caster. I think I had a Black Max before, which is definitely a solid option, but my first Shimano bait caster. This is a 6.3 to 1, 150 HG size, and while I do have this on a 6.3 to 1 gear ratio, like I said, I do use it for topwater and big swim baits, which is not the best application, I'll admit. Usually you want a higher gear ratio reel when you're fishing something on the top, something you can really twitch. This rod is super great. This heavy action with a fast tip is super great for really swim jigs and topwater, something, especially a frog, that I can twitch fast on top, and then it'll have the power to get him out of some of that grass. But I also use this for big swim baits. Like I said, I can't have a specific combo for a bunch of things, so I kind of have to mix and match. Despite this not being the best application for throwing topwater big swim baits like that, it does work and it does get the job done. This is my third and final bait casting combo, so let's get into some of the other ones. Alright, and before I forget, I just want to say shout out to BMB Fishing. This Mach Series speed stick from Lew's was actually won from a giveaway that he did on his channel. He has a great fishing YouTube channel. I know now he's not posting quite as much, but he does some pretty sick fishing videos, boat restorations, stuff like that, and you may even win a giveaway like this rod. So shout out to him. I would not have this without that giveaway, so thank you so much. Alright, here's our first spinning reel combo, and that is going to be the combination of the Shimano Sedona. I definitely love my Shimano reels. This is a little cheaper Shimano spinning reel. It's a 4,000 size. I use this for everything. A 4,000 size is good from anything from panfish. Well, it's not the best for that. Sometimes you even want a 1,000 size. spinning reel for small ultralight fishing. I can use that for ultralight fishing. I can use it for bigger fish. I can use it for carp, catfish, bass. I can really use it for any application, and with that slightly bigger spool. I just have 12-pound test on this. I have it paired up with the Abu Garcia Vengeance rod. I'm not sure the exact price on this, but if I had to guess, it's around $50 to $60. A little cheaper rod. This is one of my newer combos, if not my newest combo. Definitely a pretty slick spinning reel. I use this thing a ton. I use this for throwing wacky rigs, Ned rigs for bass fishing. I also use it for carp, catfish. I actually ended up catching a gar on this not too long ago. So it's really good for everything. Just have a little beetle spin on that right now for some of this tough winter fishing. But there's my first and kind of main spinning reel combo. If you see me using a spinning reel, it's most likely going to be this reel right here. And is really just a solid combo. And it's a pretty inexpensive one, especially for the quality. Alright, so this is my second spinning rod. I believe this is the 5th rod that I'm going over here today. And this one is a little bit interesting. It might look a little bit janky, a little bit rusted, a little bit corroded. And that is because I actually bought this reel, this rod and reel combo, for $3 at a garage sale. And while it isn't one of the better combos I own, for $3 for a used combo, it's obviously missing that cap right there for that spool handle. But it works perfectly fine. It's decently smooth. Obviously, it's got a little bit of corrosion in there. It's not going to be the best thing. But what I really like about this is a heavy action spinning rod right here. As you can see, it is a tiger spinning combo from Shakespeare. I haven't really looked at this online. Like I said, I bought this from a garage sale, so I don't know a whole lot about this. But this is a rod that's a lot heavier action, something I can use for especially catfish and even carp as well. I have some braid on there right now with a little fluorocarbon leader. But this is something that I'm going to be using for some bigger applications, like I said, carp, catfish. And this summer, hopefully going to be able to get on some redfish, gar, catfish, stuff like that on this rod. But definitely an interesting little combo right here. Alright, I believe this is the 6th combo that we are looking at here today, and this is another spinning combo. Again, another kind of interesting story behind this, especially this reel. This reel, again, Shimano Sienna, 4000 size, really good. I used this for many years before I got that Sedona, which is now my main spinning reel. But this reel, and actually the rod that came with it, which is unfortunately not the one I'm using right now with it, but I actually caught this combo, and I was casting out, got stuck on a tree. We pulled it in, and caught in that tree was this combo with the Shimano Sedona. It had a pen rod. I can't remember the name of it right now. That rod was incredibly good, but over time, the eyes kind of gave out, and I couldn't use it after a couple years of having this combo. But the reel, despite being in water for quite a while, or at least what I would expect quite a while, still works. I cleaned out the internals of it. It works pretty dang well for being caught out of water, and actually brackish water, no less. Something with a little bit of salt in it. Couldn't have been in there for too long, but really a cool story. Paired up with that, I have a Shimano FX series spinning rod. This rod is a little bit cheaper. I think I got this a few years ago. One of my earlier spin rods. I paired it up with this reel since the rod that actually I caught with it, as I said, kind of gave out. But this is another rod that I'm going to be using on the occasion, carp fishing, catfish, and even since it does have a very, very flexible tip on the end of this rod, I can use this for some finesse applications as well, but not a rod that I'm using a whole lot. Alright, we've made it to the end. This is the last combo that I own and that is still in use. And this is my fly fishing rod combo. I don't use this enough. This year, I really want to get away from bass fishing. Obviously, I'm still going to be primarily a bass fisherman, but I really want to get into some other applications, use some of those heavier action rods that I showed you, for maybe carp, catfish, gar, anything else that I can find. And I really want to use my fly fishing rod, not only to catch bass, because I feel like that would be pretty cool, but go after some trout and stuff like that. Figured we'll still fish for bass, but I want to kind of diversify a little bit more this year. And I feel like this fly rod could be a very big part of that. This is a really cheap fly rod. I'm going to be completely honest. I do not know much about it. This is a really cheap, I believe I got this from Bass Pro Shops for possibly 60 bucks. I don't fly fish a lot, and that's really all I need. Something that is a fly fishing rod, I can cast it out, and it's at least a decent combo, but it's not going to be anything top of the line. You can see the brand right there. I don't really know a whole lot about it. It was a combo, not really a huge fly fisherman. If you want to see me do more fly fishing content, I will do it this year, but also make sure you comment it down below and maybe give you some tips or tricks. This is not my forte, really, in any means, but definitely a cool little combo. Fly fishing is something that's always a treat to do, especially when you can feel that fish with that kind of light tip on this rod. That is the last rod that I own that is still in use. I believe that was, what, 6 or 7 combos that I own, and I'm really lucky to have all of them, and I really can't thank you guys enough for watching these videos. Hopefully this year I can get out, and like I said, do even more and more stuff, catch some more fish, obviously bass fishing, but a whole ton of other things. Make sure you comment down below. What videos do you want to see next? I know in these next couple of weeks, I'm going to attempt to go ice fishing, and well, it does get pretty cold. I have not gone ice fishing very much. So this year, I really want to go at least a few times and attempt to catch some fish through the ice. So look forward for those videos. But if you want to see anything else, whether it's fishing related, me going out to the water, or fishing related, something I can stay in here, like this rod and reel arsenal video, make sure you comment it down below. I always take your video ideas into account. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.